Good afternoon and welcome to my weekly COVID-19 update where I'll be sharing information and advice with local people in this difficult situation. The first thing I want to say today is thank you to local people for adhering to the government guidelines on staying at home and social distancing. Certainly when I've been on my one piece of exercise in the evening going around Neilston, there have been less people around, and those who are out exercising have been adhering to the 2 metre social distancing advice. So please keep that up. It is vitally important that we all stay at home, that we protect the NHS, and ultimately we save lives. And going into the weekend, it is even more important that we continue to practice that social distancing. I want to update local people about some changes in the council this week. On Monday of this week, a number of councillors met in a socially distanced way to put the council onto an emergency footing. What that means is that senior officers in the council are freed up to make decisions more quickly, and that other decisions will be made by an emergencies committee which has been appointed, including myself, the leader of the council and the leader of the opposition. Council business is suspended, no business as usual at the moment. Everything we are doing as a council is focused on fighting coronavirus. And all of our staff are going above and beyond the call of duty, with reduced staff numbers, staff working from home, and staff having to work in a socially distanced way. We're doing all we can to ensure that we're fighting coronavirus and we're delivering the services that people rely on. And this week, I have seen some amazing examples of council staff doing just that. Our teachers, for example, are all supporting learners who are at home and are using technology to deliver lessons. We've seen some teachers participating in a rota system to ensure that the children of key workers and children who need support are being looked after in hubs, and it really is an amazing effort. I've also seen staff from our welfare rights and money advice team this week being in the office and manning the phone lines to ensure that anyone who finds themselves in crisis or in need of financial support, that they are getting it and they're getting good level of support from the council. I've also seen social workers and social care teams out doing their job in very difficult circumstances. And we've seen teams from the council helping to prepare and deliver food to vulnerable children and their vulnerable residents. And we've seen some excellent local businesses supporting that effort. Greggs, for example, on Barhead Main Street, gave all of their stock just before they closed their store to the council so that it could be put into food parcels for really vulnerable people. And that has gone down a treat. And I have to say, it is wonderful to see businesses like Greggs and indeed other local businesses all coming to help in this hour of need. I want to just say a word or two, if I can, about our fantastic staff in the NHS as well. Last night, for many of us, I'm sure it was a very emotional moment when at 8 o'clock we went outside to applaud everyone who's working in the care sector at this time, and particularly those heroes within the NHS. For me, I was also thinking about all of the staff I've just mentioned, all the council staff, and everyone who is going above and beyond at this time. In Neilston, we had clapping, cheering, we had bells ringing, we even had the bagpipes floating across the air, and it really is a huge morale boost, I'm sure, to everyone who heard it. So I think we need to continue to do that, continue to support our workers as much as possible. Please be patient, be kind to anyone who is doing a vital job at this time, and stand with them as we all work together to try and beat coronavirus. I maybe just want to say something as well about the huge amount of volunteers who are getting involved in supporting people in our communities. The other night here in Neilston, we launched our community effort to bring volunteers together to help look in on people who are maybe being shielded at this time, or who are self-isolating, or who are indeed elderly. We have been inundated with volunteers, and I am really humbled by the response from local people. If you could get involved in any way, shape, or form, if you are under 70, if you don't have underlying health conditions, you're not pregnant, and you're able to get out and about and help support people, then please let me know by getting in touch using the details that will appear on the screen, as always, at the end. We're looking for people maybe to support others with shopping or with the delivery of prescriptions, or indeed maybe some telephone befriending as time goes on to ensure that people aren't feeling too lonely or isolated at this time. So if you can get any help at all, please do get in touch. I think the other part of that is if you are a vulnerable person, if you are shielding yourself because of your age or your health condition, or if you are self isolating and need a hand, then please don't hesitate to get in touch if you're watching this and let me know so that we can organise a volunteer to make contact with you and to support you at this time. I think we can all support one another by checking on our neighbours where we can and ensuring that people in our street are not left to fend for themselves. And I'm sure many of you are doing that already and will continue to do that. But we are also here on hand as Neilston volunteers to deliver that service. I've also been really struck this week by the amount of artwork that's appearing in people's windows. When I've been on that one piece of exercise, which for me is usually a run around the village, I've seen lots of rainbows made by children and young people and families in windows, and it really has put a smile on my face and made me feel a lot more cheery in what is a very difficult situation. So please, if you haven't yet, take some time, maybe a good craft activity for the kids, to make a rainbow or make a sign and put it up in your window to let everyone know that there's still a real community spirit, that we are standing together, we're going to come through coronavirus, working together, and that we'll all be out there again on the streets, enjoying our normal lives when this is over. If you need any information or advice, as always, please follow the website links that are appearing on the screen. If you need to speak to me about any issues relating to the council, then please get in touch using my details. And again, if you can offer any support at all by volunteering or you need help, just get in touch. So I want to just say, as always, a happy weekend to everyone. Please stay in and please enjoy what you can with your family. And I will speak to you again next week. Thank you.